to discuss chapter 6 of biology, that is respiration in plants. As we know that respiration is a vital activities that is responsible for performing life of an organism. Now we will discuss about the introduction of this chapter. In the introduction we will see that all organisms need energy to carry out their activities. Means if they will not get energy, they will not can perform different types of body activities like respiration, like digestion, circulation, excretion, or other any physical labor that cannot do in their life. Now, plants also require it for the variety of metabolic activities. Metabolic activities is a combined term that consists of two parts: anabolic activities and catabolic activities. As we know, the anabolic activities are those activities in which constructive work, that is biosynthetic, constructive, or we can say that biosynthetic activity takes place. For example of this type of activity we can observe in all green plant, that is photosynthesis process, that is constructive activity. In case of organisms we can say that anabolic activity is the formation of cytoplasm, from the digested food material into the body. Now we can say that in case of what is catabolic activity, catabolic activity is the process of breaking up process, that is called, its example is respiration. Means when we require energy, then we break down glucose formed during the digestion of food into and mixed in the blood to release energy. This is called catabolic activity. This catabolic activities takes place in plant as well as in animals. Now we will discuss about some key fact about it. What is definition of respiration? Exactly, it is a catabolic. Catabolic means breakdown process in which the living cells oxidize. Oxidize means when glucose react with oxygen, then it break down into its constituent. Means we can say that it is a catabolic process in which the living cells oxidize organic substance. Here glucose is organic substance with the help of oxygen. If respiration takes place with the help of oxygen, this is called aerobic respiration. It is called aerobic respiration, releasing carbon dioxide and water with large quantity of energy. We can see that about 38 ATP means adenosine triphosphate, that is energy currency of cell. 38 ATP of energy, or in the absence of oxygen, that is called anaerobic respiration, formation of production of ethyl alcohol, that is C2H5OH, along with formation of carbon dioxide, and only 2 ATP of energy released in this process. That very little amount of energy released in anaerobic respiration. For each type of respiration we can observe its reaction. As we know that this is glucose C6H12O6 when treated with oxygen. When oxygen is taken through environment, then glucose is oxidized into carbon dioxide and water along with the release of energy. As we have said to you that energy release, that is 38 ATP. 38 ATP energy will release here. This respiration is called aerobic respiration because this process takes place in the presence of oxygen. Now second reaction we observe here, that is when glucose oxidizes in the absence of oxygen, then formation of ethyl alcohol means C2H5OH along with formation of carbon dioxide and energy. Here only 2 ATP of energy will form. 2 ATP of energy will form means very little amount of energy is released. For example, it is example of anaerobic respiration. Means when respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen, it is called anaerobic respiration. Is we can say that higher organs perform aerobic respiration, but microscopic organs generally perform anaerobic respiration. Now dear student, we will discuss the characteristics of respiration. There are three important characteristics of respiration, means features of respiration. First feature of respiration, that is breaking of glucose. Breaking of glucose means we can say that the process by which glucose breaks into carbon dioxide and water, or we can say that in the form of ethyl alcohol or carbon dioxide, takes place in not a single, this process does not occur in a single step, but occurs in a series of chemical steps. These series of steps can be classified into two major phases. First phase of breakdown of glucose is glycolysis. Glycolysis means in this phase glucose converted into pyruvate. This process takes place in the absence of oxygen, means there is no requirement of oxygen. This process takes place in the cytoplasm of cell. Now second phase, that is Krebs cycle. This cycle was proposed by Hans Krebs for giving the steps of final formation of product of breakdown of glucose. Due to breakdown of glucose, means in this step pyruvate formed in the glycolysis step are converted into carbon dioxide, water, if carbon dioxide and water along with release of energy. This process will take place in the presence of oxygen. This process takes place in the presence of oxygen. Energy released is some energy released in the form of heat, and the remaining part is stored in the form of ATP in the mitochondria. Is we know that mitochondria is called the powerhouse of cell, because energy is formed, energy released is stored in the form of ATP in mitochondria of cell. Now second step of this reaction is characteristics of respiration is enzymes. As we know that enzymes are such protein parts which involve in the speed up the rate of reaction of any biological chemical reaction. Each breakdown step occurs due to enzymes. Means we can say that enzymes always involved in carrying out all biological reactions. Means next point that belong to the characteristics of reproduction is energy in the form of ATP. We know that due to breakdown of glucose in the presence of oxygen or in the absence of oxygen, energy is released in the form of ATP. ATP is called energy currency of cell. Means we can say that energy released is into the environment in form of heat into the environment, and large amount of energy stored in the form of ATP. This is called energy currency of cell. Now we will discuss the difference between the respiration and now here we will discuss the comparison between respiration and combustion. As we know that respiration is a catabolic process, combustion is also a catabolic process. Generally respiration takes place in all living organisms, but combustion takes place in external environment. Mean this is also called combustion, also called burning, burning of fossil fuels like is diesel, petrol, kerosene. This process takes place in combustion. Now we will discuss the similarity and differences between the respiration. As we know that on the basis of similarity we can compare between respiration and combustion. As we know that respiration is a catabolic process, means we can say that oxidation of organic compound take place. As we know that oxidation is a process in which oxygen added to a substance to form a new product. Means we can say that respiration is the oxidation process, oxidation of organic compound. Along with we can also say that combustion is also oxidation of organic compound. Oxygen is utilized or required to carry out respiration process. Combustion is also, but in case of respiration occurs in the presence of oxygen or absence of oxygen. But combustion only occurs in the presence of oxygen. Means oxygen is key factor that is required for combustion of any organic substance. Now as we know that product formed in case of respiration is carbon dioxide and water is produced generally in case of aerobic respiration, but ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide is produced along with the release of energy in case of respiration, anaerobic respiration. Now we can say that in case of combustion, is we know that oxygen is required, so only formation of carbon dioxide and water vapors takes place in this process of combustion. Now next point, that is energy stored in the form of ATP. Energy stored in the form of ATP, that is energy currency of soul. Energy stored in the form of ATP in mitochondria of cell. But in case of combustion, energy is released into the atmosphere. Now we discuss the basis of differences between the respiration and combustion properly. Is we know that respiration occurs inside the cell. Respiration occurs in cells. Means we can say that it takes place in living cells only. Now it is non-cellular process. It is a non-cellular process. Means we can say that combustion does not take place in a living cell. Okay. Now second point of difference, that is it is biochemical process. It is biochemical process means those chemical reaction which take place in the cell, that is called biochemical reaction or biochemical process. Means this takes place in living cell, so it is biochemical process. But it is physiochemical process. It is physiochemical process, means we can say that this process will take place in the external environment or in any internal environment, but it is only physical process that can be carried out in non-living cell, non-living part. It is slow process. It is slow process. It is fast process. It is fast process. Means is the presence of oxygen will increase, then rate of combustion will increase. It is fast process. Combustion process is fast process. Now we will discuss next point. It is stepwise oxidation. It is stepwise process. Stepwise process, but we can say that it is uncontrolled. It is uncontrolled process. Uncontrolled process means there is no requirement of steps for carrying out combustion. Now next point, we can see that energy released is stored in the form of ATP. Stored in the form of ATP in the mitochondria. But energy released in the atmosphere. Energy released in the form of heat. Energy released in the form of heat. In the form of heat means it is a single process. Here is no storage region for energy. Now next process, that is next step, it takes place at body temperature, means at 37 degree Celsius. This process takes place at 37 degree Celsius. But this process takes place, it occurs at ignition temperature. At ignition temperature. What is ignition temperature? The temperature at which any substance start catches fire, or we can say that start burning, that is called ignition temperature. Now dear students, will discuss next point between the difference between the respiration and combustion. Is we know that is next point of this reaction, that is means light is not liberated. Light is not liberated in this process. Now process in few cases, but we can say that in case of combustion, In case of combustion, light is produced. Light is produced in combustion. Now next point, that can be represented here. A large number of immediate means that event that will take place at once, but here is intermediate. A large number of intermediate means between. Intermediate are produced means before the formation of carbon dioxide and water vapor, a large number of intermediate is formed. That is, we can say that pyruvic acid, a pyruvate is intermediate product. No intermediates here, no intermediates product are formed. Here directly formation of carbon dioxide and water will take place. Now dear students, we will discuss the type of respiration. We have already discussed in the introduction of this chapter. Respiration can be classified into two category types of respiration on the basis of presence or absence of oxygen. Respiration can be classified into two types. First type, that is aerobic respiration. The respiration which occurs in the presence of oxygen, that is called aerobic respiration. Occurs in the presence of oxygen. This is called aerobic respiration. This generally occurs in all living higher organisms. For example, we can watch here. See, when combustion of glucose takes place, means catabolic breakdown of glucose takes place in the presence of oxygen, then formation of carbon dioxide and water along with the release of energy, that is 38 ATP energy is released. Or here you can write only energy. For balancing it, put 6 in nearby O2 and 6 here carbon dioxide and water. Now second type of reaction, that is this type of reaction generally, aerobic respiration generally occurs in higher organisms. Now in case of anaerobic, this is second reaction, that is anaerobic respiration. It is also called, aerobic respiration is also called oxybiotic respiration. Oxybiotic respiration means of presence of oxygen takes place. Presence of oxygen, due to presence of oxygen, this process will take place. In second one is anaerobic respiration, or we can say that anaerobic respiration, another name of anaerobic oxygen, it is anaoxybionts or biotic respiration. In this condition, anaxibiotic respiration, it occurs in the absence of oxygen. For example, we can anaerobic respiration occurs in yeast. We can write its reaction when combustion of means we can send out respiration of oxidation and catabolism of glucose takes place, then formation of ethyl alcohol, that is C2H5OH, along with release of carbon dioxide and energy. Here only 2 ATP means very small amount of energy is released in this process. We can watch here. For balancing it, put 2 nearby C2H5 and 2 nearby carbon dioxide. Again, we can say that this process takes place in generally yeast. Now in our muscles, as we know that when we are doing races, when we observe that after some time gets tired and our our legs cannot be moved forward. In this situation, lactic acid, due to incomplete combustion of glucose, lactic acid gets deposited in our muscles. We can observe this reaction. For example, when glucose breakdown will take place, then formation of lactic acid will take place, that is CH3 CH, CH3 CH, OH, CH3 CH, OH and COOH, CH3 CH, OH and COOH, that is lactic acid plus energy. Very small quantity of energy will release here. For balancing it, we have to put nearby it. This is lactic acid. Lactic acid that gets deposited in our muscles. It is also anaerobic respiration, or we can say that it is partial respiration condition that occurs in our body. Here we can say that it is, in this case, it is fermentation process. It is fermentation process. It is also called fermentation process. Means in alcoholic fermentation, it is called alcoholic fermentation process, because by this process we can prepare alcohol. Or now second one is intramolecular respiration. This means we can say that lactic acid will take in intramolecular. It is intramolecular respiration. Intramolecular respiration means both respiration which takes place in means microorganisms and in muscles, both are called intramolecular respiration. Now dear students, we'll discuss the difference between the aerobic and anaerobic respiration. As we know that, as we have discussed here, aerobic respiration which occurs in the presence of oxygen, and anaerobic respiration occurs in the absence of aerobic. Now we will discuss clearly aerobic respiration, and second is anaerobic respiration. It is called oxybiotic respiration, but it is non-oxidant. First point, it occurs in the presence of oxygen, in the presence of O2 means oxygen. It occurs in the absence of oxygen. Okay. Now we can say that second point of aerobic respiration is it is complete oxidation of complete oxidation of substrates means we can say that here is glucose to form CO2 and H2O. It is incomplete process. It is incomplete oxidation. In which it is incomplete degradation of substance. We cannot say oxidation. It is incomplete degradation of substance. Means in this process properly breakdown of glucose does not take place. It is more beneficial process here. End products are non-toxic. Non-toxic means carbon dioxide and water produced here is non-toxic, but the organic end product are normally toxic. Means but organic end products are in this step generally toxic in nature. Now again it involves in more than in a series of steps, like is in glycolysis step. step, glycolysis and Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle, it occurs in two series of steps, but it occurs in glycolysis and Krebs cycle, but it is single. It occurs in single step. It occurs in single step. Now, dear student, we will discuss about the mechanism of aerobic respiration. Student, we will discuss the mechanism of aerobic respiration. There are four steps. As we know that respiration is a complex process. It does not take place in a single step, but it takes place in a series of steps. Now we will discuss here. This process aerobic respiration completed in four steps. First important step of aerobic respiration is glycolysis. Glycolysis. It is a common pathway both in aerobic and anaerobic process. Means this process will occur both in anaerobic respiration as well as in aerobic respiration, because there is no need of oxygen for carrying out this process. In this process, glucose is converted into pyruvic acid. Now in second step, that is formation of acetyl coenzyme A. In this step, this glycolysis takes place. We know that glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm of cell, and formation of acetyl coenzyme also will take place in cytoplasm of cell. In this stage, pyruvic acid, that is 3 carbon molecule. Now it is converted acetyl coenzyme A, that is 2 carbon molecule. This process occurs in the cytoplasm of cell. It means both process, glycolysis and formation of acetyl coenzyme, takes place in the absence of oxygen, and means we can say that end product of acetyl second pyruvic acid in anaerobic absence of oxygen is acetyl coenzyme A. Now in third step, that is Krebs cycle, it is proposed by Krebs, or it is called citric acid cycle, because in this stage citric acid is formed as an intermediate product, or we can say that it is tricarboxylic acid cycle. It is also an intermediate product formed during this process of Krebs cycle. In this stage, acetyl coenzyme A when react with oxygen. Then formation of carbon dioxide and water along with the release of energy takes place. This process occurs in the mitochondria of cell. This process only occurs in the presence of oxygen. Now last step, that is step of the mechanism of aerobic respiration, that is terminal oxidation. It is indicated from the term. Terminal means end oxidation. In this condition, ADP present in the mitochondria of cell is converted into ATP. ADP present in the mitochondria of cell is converted into ATP by addition of energy in the form of phosphate. Group. Now ATP is the energy currency of cell. Now we will discuss the difference between the respiration and photosynthesis. Similarity and difference between the respiration and photosynthesis. As we know that respiration is a catabolic process, but photosynthesis is a anabolic process. In this process, formation of new product will take place. Here is respiration, and second portion, that is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis means formation of food in the presence of sunlight. This process only occurs in plant. It occurs in all living, all the living cells. It occurs in all the living cells. It occurs in chlorophyllous cell. Occurs in chlorophyllous cells. Now, since second step, we can say that it takes place all time. It occurs all time, it occurs all time without any interruption. It occurs only presence of sunlight. If light is slow or high, then it gets interrupted. Means use of oxygen and uses O2 and glucose. Use O2 means oxygen and glucose. In this condition, uses carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide and water is raw material. In this situation, formation of carbon dioxide and water along with release of energy. Carbon dioxide, water are released as end product. Carbon dioxide, water is released as end product. Here in this situation of photosynthesis, oxygen is released as end product. Now we will discuss, this is the difference between the respiration and photosynthesis. Here are few more points of difference between respiration and photosynthesis. Now we will take it. Now fifth point, we can see that energy is stored in the form of ATP. Here energy is stored in the form of ATP. Now here we can see that energy is stored in the form of chemical bond in the form of chemical bond. Now we can say that it result loss of weight. Here is loss of weight. Loss of weight means release of carbon dioxide and water take place. Here is gain of weight. Here is gain of weight. Now dear student, we will discuss one next term, that is compensation point. Is we know that when the rate of respiration during the daytime and photosynthesis are same, rate of photosynthesis and respiration are same, this is called compensation point. Compensation point. What is compensation point? The point at which rate of photosynthesis and respiration are equal. Photosynthesis and respiration occurs equally. This situation is called compensation point. Now dear students, we will discuss the experiment on respiration. Is we to know that there are two different types of respiration, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So we will discuss first to demonstrate experiment on respiration. First experiment that is discussed here. First is aim of experiment. First experiment aim is to demonstrate aerobic respiration. Okay. Now For carrying out this experiment, we have to take a respirometer. These are two respirometers that we are taking. These are respirometers. Means what are respirometers? Respirometer are those operators which contain flask-like with bent stem. Flask-like with bent stem. These are the respirometers. When set up the experiment set up the operators according to this arrangement. Now we will attach the respirometer with the stand. For carrying out this experiment, we have to take two respirometers. These are respiroscope. These are two respiroscope. Means we can say that a device, flask-like device with bend stem. Flask-like device with a bend stem is called respirometer. Take two respirometer. One contained respirometer A and respirometer B. One contained germinating seed. One contained germinating seed, and another contain non-germinating seed. Now, after taking the germinating and non-germinating seed in both flasks, invert and fill the potassium hydroxide stick in both. Potassium hydroxide stick in both respiroscope. Introduce potassium hydroxide in both respirometer and invert the flask. And dip in the mercury. Now we watch that after some time level of mercury increases in flask A, but not in flask B. This experiment shows that, as we know that, due to increase in the process of respirometer, germinating seed respire and consume. Germinating seed respire and consume oxygen. Consume oxygen which form 1/5 of the air. Carbon dioxide are produced. Means carbon dioxide are produced. We can say that in germinating seed consume oxygen and release carbon dioxide. That's why the mercury level increases in flask A, but in second case non-germinating seed does not respire. So its mercury level remain constant. With this indicate that respiration. This process indicate the anaerobic respiration. Means respiration occurs in living cell in the presence of oxygen. Now we will discuss experiment 2. Experiment number 2. Its aim. To demonstrate anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration. To demonstrate anaerobic respiration. For carrying out this experiment, we have to take two small test tubes, slightly deep Petri dish. Two test tubes, slightly deep Petri dish. Here is mercury. Here is two mercury container. Mercury container. It is also mercury container. Now take two test tube. Both containing germinating seed. And invert it. This contains germinating seeds. Both flasks contain germinating seeds. In this situation also, here is also mercury level. So we will take here also germinating seeds are taken in inverted flask, pour the mercury, inverted flask, mercury and KOH crystals. KOH crystals are used to prevent the KOH KOH is used to absorb the carbon dioxide produced during respiration. During respiration, here both inverted funnels, inverted test tubes are fitted with KOH. Now, after some time, mercury level increases in mercury levels are after dipping mercury levels are same. If we watch that the level of mercury in the test tube falls, some gases filled over the mercury level. Means we can watch that in both situation. In one situation where supply of oxygen is properly there, both respiration occurs in absence of oxygen. But if there is present proper absence of oxygen, then there is no amount of carbon dioxide will release. Carbon dioxide will release in the upper flask. This carbon dioxide is absorbed by KOH. Means we can say that the indicate that is in absence, both respiration occurs in absence of oxygen. So this experiment proves that the anaerobic respiration occurs in the absence of oxygen. Now we will discuss the third experiment that is given here in your book. Third experiment to demonstrate alcoholic fermentation. Alcoholic experiment third, that is alcoholic fermentation. Is we know that fermentation is an anaerobic process. For carrying out this fermentation, we have to take this funnel. Means here we take a device Cohon's. Here we take a device operator that is called Cohon's vessel. Cohon's vessel to carry out alcoholic fermentation along and glucose solution. Glucose solution yeast. KOH means potassium hydroxide crystals and forceps for introducing KOH in the Cohon's vessel. Here we can watch that this device is alike kettle. That we can watch. This device is alike kettle. Here we can watch that this is kettle-like structure, that is Cohon's apparatus, and it contains glucose. This contains glucose along with glucose solution plus yeast. Glucose solution plus yeast. It contains glucose plus yeast. Contain glucose and yeast in this Cohon's vessel, and this is glass bulb. Of Cohon's vessel. Now this is here our carbon dioxide is present. As we know that this is side tube. of this Cohon's vessel, and here solution is filled. Here solution, that is glucose and yeast solution is filled. If we know that yeast respire anaerobically, then formation of KOH will take place. And due to formation of KOH, the froth appear in the bulb. We observe that froth means jhag. Froth appear in the bulb, and slowly after some time the level of mixture fall down. In the test tube. Level of mixture fall down due to release of bubbles. We ask that or froth, after some time we watch that level of mixture decreases. This shows the fermentation means alcoholic fermentation process. Here KOH side tube Cohon's should be completely filled with yeast and glucose. When it degrade, then represent the formation of carbon dioxide. Is the gas carbon dioxide increases, and foul smell of alcohol will also increase. then we can say that this experiment proves that the for alcoholic fermentation process. Now dear students, we will take one experiment to reach that to demonstrate oxygen is used in respiration. As we know that oxygen is used in next and last experiment, that is to demonstrate. This experiment is to demonstrate that oxygen is used, demonstrate that oxygen is used in respiration. Process. This is aim of experiment. For carrying out this process, we have to take it. As we know that this is a beaker. This is a beaker containing colored water. This is a beaker containing colored water. Colored water is contained in beaker. It is fitted with two U-shaped delivery tube. Two U-shaped delivery tubes are fitted here. Two U-shaped delivery tubes are L-shaped, or we can say it is generally L-shaped delivery tubes fitted here with two flasks. Flask fitted with cork. Two flask fitted with cork. Here we can watch it. These are containing seeds, containing germinating peas. Are contained in it. These contain, first class contain germinating peas. First class contain germinating peas, and second flask fitted with cork. Is containing boiled seed. It is colored water. This containing boiled seed. Boiled seed is, we know that boiled seed become dead, so here no germination process will take place. Either in the presence of oxygen or in the absence of oxygen. Test tube. This is test tube X, and this is test tube Y. Now in test tube X is also contain potassium hydroxide. Here is KOH solution. In second test tube is also, here is also KOH solution. Here is also KOH potassium hydroxide solution. We can watch here. As we know that taking germinating seed in one flask, that is test tube A, and non-germinating boiled seed in flask Y, is after few days we observe that level of tubing. This is tubing 1, this is tubing 2. Is we know that due to germination process occurs in this flask in the presence of oxygen. Due to presence of oxygen is present in colored water, so through oxygen is absorbed in it. That's why when oxygen is absorbed from the water, then level of water increases in tubing A, but in this second case it remains same. Means when the tubing increases, then formation of oxygen moves from the colored water towards the germinating seed. Now germinating seed, after the process of respiration, release carbon dioxide, that is absorbed by potassium hydroxide. Now in second test tube, no oxygen is absorbed because these boiled seeds are dead, so no absorption of formation of carbon dioxide will take place here. Now this experiment proves that oxygen is used during the respiration. Here in this experiment, oxygen is obtained by germinating seed from the colored water, because as you know that oxygen are dissolved in water. Now your chapter has been completed.
Going to discuss the chapter that is respiration in plants. Here we will explain the what is respiration. Respiration is a catabolic process which occurs in the presence of oxygen in plants by using oxygen. Breakdown of glucose will take place, and formation of carbon dioxide and water takes place with the release of energy in the cell. As we know that all living things need oxygen to survive in the atmosphere, so they survive near the trees. That trees release oxygen during the process of photosynthesis. So if we here is camping nearby the plants, means we can say that in the forest, that is helpful for providing proper oxygen supply to the living peoples. The process of respiration can be discussed here. Carbon dioxide, and as we know that during the process of photosynthesis oxygen is released by plant. During the process of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide react with water in the presence of sunlight in the chlorophyll region of leaves. Formation of glucose and oxygen will take place. Oxygen is a waste product for photosynthesis. It gets released in the atmosphere by plant during the daytime, and this oxygen is used by all living organisms to complete their body activities or the need of respiration. Now, in short form of definition of respiration is a plant in which plant need oxygen to help the release energy from the glucose. Now we can watch through diagram the process of photosynthesis. Here carbon dioxide and water is released during the process of respiration by the plants, and by the respiration by the plant, and this carbon dioxide is released by organisms is consumed by plant for preparing glucose and release oxygen. Oxygen released is used in respiration of glucose, and after breakdown of glucose carbon dioxide and water is formed. This can be watched through this diagram. Here is respiration process is represented through air. This is glucose molecule, that is 6 carbon molecule, and when glucose oxidation takes place with the help of oxygen, then carbon dioxide and water release along with the formation of energy during respiration. Energy released during respiration is stored in the form of ATP in the mitochondria of cell. Means we can say that ATP provides energy directly to the all plant cell. Any reaction that occurs because of oxygen is known as oxidation reaction. Is we know that respiration is oxidation reaction, but photosynthesis is a anabolic reaction. Means here is formation process, but in respiration there is catabolic process. During the photosynthesis carbon dioxide is used, but during respiration oxygen is used. The photosynthesis rate is equal to the respiration rate. Then this point at which the rate of photosynthesis is equal to the rate of respiration, this is called compensation point. No exchange of gases occurs between the leaves and environment at the time of when rate of photosynthesis is equal to the rate of respiration. The rate of photosynthesis is very fast when presence of carbon dioxide and water vapor is high in the atmosphere, and release of oxygen is also will be faster rate during the process of photosynthesis. Without respiration and photosynthesis in plant, we would not have any oxygen or food. Now dear student, we will know some fact about this experiment. Now through summary we will know about the some important facts. Phloem vessels transport glucose from the leaves to different parts of the plant. Glucose is broken down by oxygen to release energy, carbon dioxide and water in a process known as respiration. The energy is supplied to a plant cell by adenosine triphosphate. Means we can say that ATP is the energy currency of cell. Photosynthesis takes place only during daytime, while respiration takes place all the time. Now, dear students, we are going to discuss experiment of your book. First experiment, that is to study the anaerobic respiration in germinating seed. How we can watch this experiment performed here. Set up the operators by, in this method, take a stand along with place seed. Place the seed, that is germinated seed, and take a QH pellets, potassium hydroxide pellet, and petri dish with mercury, filled with mercury and inverted test tube. This germinated seed is placed inside the test tube that is represented here. After keeping the germinated seed inside the test tube, put a pellet of potassium hydroxide that absorb carbon dioxide released during the respiration by seed. After some time, we watch that the bubbles of carbon dioxide forms during the respiration. Then the mercury level increases. This proves that in anaerobic respiration formation of alcohol and carbon dioxide will take place. That's why the level of mercury increases. Here is QH. Here is represented the increasing level of mercury during the respiration process that we can watch here. And dear students, now we will discuss the next experiment, the release of carbon dioxide by germinating seed. This is also, we can say that this experiment is used for proving aerobic respiration. Here is given germinating seed. For carrying out this experiment, we have to take a two flask, one flask containing germinated seed and another flask containing non-germinated seed. This is the reaction representing here, that is aerobic respiration reaction. Is we know that glucose when react with oxygen, then formation of carbon dioxide, water and ATP will take place. In aerobic respiration, large amount of energy, that is about 38 ATP energy. Now we have to take two flasks, one flask that is experimental flask, another flask that is control flask containing germinated seed along with put on the moist filter paper. Means we know that germinating seed require air and moisture for germination, but in second case, that is control experiment, dry seeds are put on dry filter paper, because when seed does not get the moisture and air, then it will not germinate and do not show the process of respiration and does not release carbon dioxide. After some time, keeping experimental setup and control setup, we watch that in experimental setup some gases that is carbon dioxide is released in the flask, but in second, that is control method, there is no release of carbon dioxide because here is no respiration process will take place. Now after this, we will take a test tube containing lime water, and when in lime water when carbon dioxide is gassed, gas is passed from the germinating seed flask after opening the cork. We watch that its color changes to milky. This proves that during respiration carbon dioxide gas is released. Now dear students, we will discuss the next experiment. That is, this experiment is to prove heat is liberated during respiration. An experiment to prove that heat is liberated during respiration process. For this we will discuss the operator setup here. Here as required material during this experiment is, we know that first part that is germinating zinc, second one is thermos flask, and third one is thermocol, and fourth part that is required for this experiment, that is thermometer for measuring temperature. Now take a thermos flask, make an appropriate one hole cork with the thermocol. Here is process of making cork of thermocol has been represented here, having with one hole. After measuring the size of bottle cork mouth, cut the thermometer in rounded shape and make a hole in thermocol for inserting thermometer. After making cork having one hole for inserting thermometer, put the germinated seed inside the flask. Now close the flask with cork fitted with thermometer. Now note the initial temperature and then record the temperature for every 2 hours. We watch that after 2 hours temperature of thermometer rises from the initial temperature. This proves that heat is released during the respiration of germinating seed. That's why the level of mercury increase in thermometer, representing the increase in temperature. As we can watch, temperature increases slowly. It indicates that heat is liberated during the respiration from germinating seed.